Welcome to Honey and Brown.
Welcome. What do we do here?
We do anime and music.
Today?
Music corner.
Or?
MJ corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Yeah, as she said, we typically do anime and music reactions. Right now we're doing music corner, where basically I get to play music for my wife,
Yes.
songs and artists that she typically is not too familiar with, you know, or songs and artists that are super important to me.
Yes.
The journey that we've been going down is the Michael Jackson journey. Very important journey of mine, just because I grew up with Michael Jackson. He's like my first sense of what music was. You know, it was a very important part of my childhood, with my mom always playing it. So now I get to play it all for my wife, who's not too familiar with him prior to this channel. So yeah, the journey we've been going on with this one though is the Dangerous Journey, my favorite album, and we're almost done this entire album.
Yeah.
I was like looking at the ones we were doing. I think this is our 10th or 11th song off of it. So wow,
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of it. But yeah, so far, what's your thoughts on the Dangerous album?
Oh my God, I love it. Yes, I love everything. It's like Michael is so dangerous.
He is.
Like in this album.
Yeah. So today what we're doing is Heal the World by Michael Jackson. This is one of Michael Jackson's most iconic songs of all time.
Yeah.
Very powerful song, kind of in the same vein as like Man in the Mirror, Cry, you know, more of his like political songs. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. And I know there's a live performance that he did at the Super Bowl, which we will definitely react to. Probably, it might even be our next video or something. We might just do a bit of a break between the Dangerous songs and just do like a live performance. But
Okay.
yeah, very excited for this.
Yes. And just want to let you guys know, if you see him, you know, with no energy, just because he's sick, we're not going through anything. He's just sick. But he still wants to do the videos. So here we go.
I don't know if it's like food poisoning or something, but I've been like down the last like 24 hours. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, let's get on to it. This is Michael Jackson, Heal the World, off of the Dangerous album.
Let's go.
Ooh, this is a very iconic song. Like, very iconic. The piano in the beginning is so like majestic, so magical.
Yeah.
Think about the generations, and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them, and think if they can make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is
What are you saying?
brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place.
You crying already?
Heal the world,
Oh man.
make it a better place.
His voice is so angelic.
Yeah.
For you and for me,
Oh wow.
the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling it when this earth crucify its soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly, be God's glow. Let it fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place.
Oh man, this is like hurting me right now. So sad.
There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for
It's
you.
so beautiful to see.
It is, yeah.
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. Care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. There are people dying. Care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. There are people dying. Make a better place for you and for me.
It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow. Very emotional. We had to watch that a few times and she was like crying.
I'm just really
No, it's
speechless.
yeah, it's beautiful because like wow, it's just hits you really hard. But yeah.
Yeah.
Typically what we've been doing is we've been going over the detail. They did a documentary on the Dangerous album and they kind of went track for track on the singles. So yeah, before we kind of get into our reactions to it, I just want, you know, to watch this and kind of get more of like a backstory on the song. So yeah, this is the Details Dangerous 30 anniversary special. This section is for Heal the World.
Although Michael Jackson hoped to spark emotive responses against injustice that will advocate change, the King of Pop was also aware of his global reach, his ability to cross languages and connect nations through his music. After co-writing We Are the World and releasing tracks like Man in the Mirror, Jackson sought to, once again, write a song that will unite the world and inspire global action to resolve the universal issues we face. The result being Heal the World, a beautifully understated anthem whose lyrics are steeped with an anti-war message and Jackson's wish for humanity to make the world a better place. Michael Jackson later said he wrote the song in his giving tree at Neverland Ranch and claimed that it was the song he was most proud of writing.
So beautiful.
Inspired by its message, Michael Jackson went on to create his own charitable foundation that was designed, at its core, to improve the lives of children around the world, naming the organization after his track, the Heal the World Foundation.
Wow.
In an effort to spearhead his new ambition, this time in philanthropy, the artist, who was already one of pop's most prolific patrons after donating millions to various causes, announced that he was to go on a world tour in order to raise a goal of $100 million for his new foundation. As a result, Michael Jackson performed to millions and spread his message of betterment for all, which became the centerpiece for the Dangerous World Tour. While traveling the world, Jackson visited disadvantaged children in orphanages and hospitals akin to images seen of Mother Teresa or Princess Diana rather than a rock star performer, demonstrating Jackson's attempt to switch focus away from achieving more insurmountable musical accomplishments, but to in the future prioritize more far-reaching philanthropic pursuits. Released in November 1992, Heal the World became a top 5 hit all over the world, reaching number 2 in the UK singles chart in December 1992. Only being kept off from the number 1 spot by Whitney Houston's monster hit, I Will Always Love You. Michael Jackson even performed the song during his landmark Super Bowl halftime show. After his initial performance, which included a medley consisting of Jam, Billie Jean, and Black or White, the finale featured a 35,000-person flashcard performance. Later joining Jackson as he sang his single Heal the World, the King of Pop shared the stage with 3,500 children, many dressed in indigenous and national costume. As an inflatable globe emerged from the stage, the halftime show was a huge success, making the first time in Super Bowl history that ratings increased between halves during the game.
Wow.
With a whopping audience of 133.4 million tuning in to hear Michael Jackson's message for a brighter tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah. Again, it's just... the song just like leaves me like speechless every time I hear it. Yeah, I'm like, wow. But yeah, what's your initial reaction on it? Sorry guys, just like I'm like very sick right now and I'm like zero energy. But
I know.
You know, this song actually kind of like made me feel a bit better, but it also made me feel like very, very sad.
Actually, I was like, I think I had so much energy, and then now it's like down because like I'm just like sad and like. I don't know. I love it so much. Like his voice is so angelic, and the incorporation of like, you know, there's a child speaking and children like, you know, singing. It's like, it's so like glorious. Like it's so wonderful to hear. And how he made this music video all about the children. Yeah. You know, it's so amazing. Like hearing him like all like I couldn't talk so much during the reaction because I wanted to hear him more. Like I wanted to hear his message. And like, you know, when the detail kind of went on about like, you know, all his like what he did and keep showing like, you know, videos of him, I just can't help but like cry because like he is that's why we are all gathered here. That's why we have such a great community, because this is like, you know, this is our idol, like someone who uses his influence to like to get people to realize what we're doing, to get people to, you know, to get people to have love than hate. And not only that, but he also, you know, show it in his actions. Like he doesn't just like talk big, but he also like, you know, he showed it every single time in his actions. Like he tried to influence, not only like his songs are like top hits, not only like his songs are just, you know, kind of like bombastic. He has songs like this that makes us realize that, you know, what are the most important things in the world.
Yeah. And that like that's a perfect way of saying it too. And like it's something that we've kind of like talked about, and like we've both you know, replied back that like in the comments that like Michael always used his celebrity and his power not just for himself. Like yes, he did build himself a legacy, right? And like rightfully so, but he also used a lot of his money, resources, his star power to like shed light onto the world. Like there's so much darkness in our world, you know, back then, now, and it's going to be in the future, right? But Michael was always that light that, you know, was like a mirror and like a light to the world to show us what is happening out there. And it's like I don't want to like put down any other artists, but you know, when I hear songs like this about the world sung by various types of artists, I don't know, I'm not gonna say it rings hollow, but it's just I don't know, I don't find it as genuine as when Michael does it, because not only does he sing about it, you see it, you see him travel the world, you see him at all of these hospitals and with all these children and all these like, you know, like third world countries, and how much he's actually shaped and changed the world. Like his legacy will always be his music, because that's what he's first known for. But I really feel like, or like think that secondly, man, like his legacy reaches higher than his music, because he was a human being that lived on our planet and actually changed it for like in like a positive way. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very rare to like see that in our lifetime, because, you know, we're so surrounded by, you know, the garbage of the world. We're seeing all these like politicians and all of these like millionaires and billionaires, and they're not really doing much to change the world. And with Michael, like we had that once in a lifetime. And, you know, I don't want to kind of go into like the controversy, because, you know, that was all like crap, but it's kind of sad to see like someone who actually had a genuine motive in this world to help change it was just ridiculed and tortured for it. It's just disheartening. But going back to the song, it's such a deep philosophical, you know, song for me. And, you know, you and I always have like conversations about like not doom and gloom, but I always kind of bring up stuff about this world, you know, and it's stuff that I typically follow and I read and I watch a lot of videos just about, you know, just what's happening in the world. And it's, you know, we've said it before, and like Man in the Mirror and all, and we've had enough that like it's so sad that like these songs are still relevant nowadays. It still is. Like a lot of the video clips in the music video is literally what's happening right now. We have war that's happening currently right now. Yeah. We still have starving children, right? We have all of this sorrow in the world, right? And I don't know, like I don't want to make this like a doom and gloom right now, but like it doesn't seem like it's changing, you know. And at least I remember as a kid like hearing and seeing all this stuff about like Michael Jackson, you know, with all of his foundations and in his charities, and just how much he really did change the world, and how much he used his music to help, you know, change, you know, people and the world. And it's something that I don't know if we'll ever see again in our lifetime.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard, like, I don't know, maybe yes, because I'm really not musically literate, so I don't think I've ever heard like, you know, songs like this that's about the world, that's about like, you know, controversies that we're you know, facing right now, like the not controversies but more like, you know, the problems, world problems that we're facing right now. I don't think anyone has ever like talked about it and like used their influence in order to get, you know, to get some attention like about the important things. Like most of the time when I see, like, I follow artists, I have favorite artists that I love, and most of the time, like, you know, we're all like really guilty of it, that we're all just, you know, like we're all just posting, even like our artists that we love, they're all just posting like themselves, or, you know, something
what they have, all the money they have and stuff like that. And
I feel like this is like, you know, only Michael does something like this, and that's why like we all adore him and love him so much, because like he's such a genuine person with such a good heart. And like I love like the beauty of the music video, how he focuses on the children, and you never see him in the music video, and that just shows his true spirit, because it's not about him.
right? It's about the children, it's about the world, it's about the decay of our world, right?
Yeah.
And I just love it because it's very true. I mean, I don't know, this might not be true for everyone, but I feel like hate and racism, it is a taught thing, you know. It is taught by the world, because, you know, you see in the music video the children playing together, you know, they're all from different walks of life, different types of race, right? And children, for the most part, they don't see that. They don't see, you know, a black person, a brown person, a white person, or, you know, any type of that, right? They just see another person that's their age, that they just want to play with, that they just want to have fun with. And I think as we get older, we become saturated with the world around us, and with the people around us, and with the beliefs around us, and it really skews us in the end. And it's very nice to kind of go back to being a kid and just seeing the beauty, because like even in this music video, you are seeing these children in these war-torn countries, and they're just playing with each other while there's like tanks around them and stuff, because to them, you know, they are still pure, even though the world takes away children's purity as you get older. But it's a very deep and haunting song, and I really want us to like react to the Super Bowl performance, which will probably be like either our next one or the one after. But you know, any like final thoughts on it? This is like on par with like, you know, like Man in the Mirror. They Don't Care About Us. It's like it's
We've had enough.
Yeah, like Michael always just comes out and he just changes the world with his music, you know. Like, yes, his songs about love and about, you know, just like his songs in general, they always hit hard, like in our soul. But I think sometimes we need a reminder, and a song like this, a song like Man in the Mirror, to be like, you know, there are still problems in this world, and like as he said, like, you know, it takes each of us to kind of like change something, and even if it's only like a 1% change, at least it's like doing something, right? So
I know, like looking at these children, like when I was looking at the music videos, like these children are so innocent. Like, how can we, like, of course, like, you know, like when I was looking at it, of course, like Michael loves them. We all love them. Like all adults like love children. We always want to protect them, like, because they're very precious. They're innocent people. And like, and I feel like for them, like, you know, we can definitely do like anything.
Yeah, because I think children reminded Michael, and I know it reminds me as well, because like, you know me enough to know I'm very nostalgic. You know, I'm very much about like the past, you know, like it brings back, you know, like fond memories, you know, like not that things are bad now, like I'm married and like life is great, but I think children remind us of like a time when there wasn't so much darkness in our world, like outside of our own home, right? Because in our own home, it's very safe and it's very peaceful, but as soon as you step out the door, all that kind of goes away, and it's like, hopefully you have people, like hopefully you have people in your life that can, you know, carry that type of happiness with you. And Michael's music, you know, like a lot of people in this world are lonely, they don't have a lot of good people around them, and Michael's music is that friend, is that positive influence on them. And I think that's why people connect to Michael at this level, because, you know, you can be yourself around Michael's music. And I know if Michael was alive and we got to meet him, Michael would accept you for like who you are, and, you know, he just would want the best. And I know that's kind of corny to say, but like that's the beauty of,
I feel like there's no such thing as corny as like for Michael. Like everything that, you know, like for Michael and everything that he says, like it's just the truth. That's just like, you know, that's who he is. Yeah, very powerful song, very beautiful song, and I'm glad he incorporated it into the Dangerous album. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, like my energy is really low. I feel like a fever that is coming up. But thank you guys so much. We're almost done the Dangerous album. I think what we're gonna do after the Dangerous album, gonna do the Thriller.
I think so, or maybe we'll start with his very first album, Off the Wall or Thriller. But yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a Thriller for this upcoming Halloween, or his Ghost short film.
Ooh.
It's like a 40-minute film. It's really awesome. So, you know, I guess we'll see what will happen on Halloween. It'll be a nice little surprise. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you.